Welcome to the Gear Slum, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I'm Aaron.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Cole.
We slum it hard, so you don't have to.
You know it.
Straight to the polls.
I knew you were going to do that. I edit that out most of the time, your little
No, you don't.
I do.
Turn your camera off, Phil.
If I can,
I want to look
do.
at your ugly face. Your
This
beautiful
is
beard.
the first episode of the brand new day era. The blue wave has has crashed upon us.
It's a beautiful day.
Guys,
You started to.
I'm going to introduce a new segment to this episode, and it's called the Patron Spotlight. We have this thing called Patreon.
Patron Spotlight.
www.patreon.com/thegearslum, where for as little as $1 a month you can give us money. Actually, $2 a month. We don't accept $1 donations. Actually, we do, but you don't get.
We do, but it doesn't count you as a. You're not in the street crew. You're just some freaking.
Yeah. So here's what I want to do. I want to spotlight one of our patrons, and this week's lucky patron is none other than Abe Newman. And I was trying to find some information on Abe so we could talk about him, and all I found was his Consolidate profile. So I'm going to read that, his Consolidate profile. Ready? And then we'll just move right along.
I'm ready.
Consolidate. There's no title. It says Abraham Newman, was born in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in the early to late 1940s and has been growing his beard since his 12th and a half birthday. Nice. He enjoys long walks on the boardwalk and long boards on the walkway. When he isn't saving the world as head of his own nonprofit, Skate This, an organization that gives free rollerblades to retired hairdressers, he can be found wading knee-deep in recyclables in his house, although he claims he's not a hoarder. His favorite meal is milk steak and jelly beans. There it is. Abe Newman, Spotlight. Thanks for giving us money.
Yeah, and Abe, I hope you find someone.
I think he will. With that kind of profile, how could you not?
Well, I don't know. I think with that kind of profile, if someone responds,
Yeah.
they are definitely
It's a
way
soulmate,
in.
right?
Yeah, they're a keeper. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Like, if
It's a-
they respond to that profile, they're like,
It's a pretty
Whoa.
polarizing
Yeah, dude.
profile.
yeah.
I mean,
they
I
are
don't
definitely
I
one
don't
for
know
your
about
form.
that.
That's like if you're selling your house and you paint, the front door hot pink or something like that. Like
Yeah.
most people are going to be turned off by that, but the one person, they're going to buy the house because of that.
Is it bad that I thought it was all good stuff?
It is all good stuff.
Milk steak?
Milk steak, jelly beans, rollerblades,
Rollerblades for hairdressers?
under the boardwalk. Yeah,
Knee
dude.
deep in recyclables.
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 He's riding that blue wave.
Yeah, milk steak.
As one does.
Yeah, he probably takes it raw. The milk steak, that
Ugh.
is.
That's a different dating site.
This
So guys-
episode, like all episodes, is sponsored by our patrons.
Patreon.com/thegearslum.
Patreon.com. Yeah.
So
did you
totally
know-
random.
Yeah.
We're
Funny
sponsored by
anecdote.
Patreon Tenorio String Company as well. What, Phil?
Funny. I just wanted to tell a brief funny story that happened the
Did
other
you
day in
say
one of my classes.
Patreon.comorio?
Camorio.
Yeah.
Everybody. So my class, I had them all reading quietly for a second.
For one
And,
second.
This kid goes, just like super loud whisper voice. Thank you all for subscribing to my ASMR video channel. Now I'm going to eat a sandwich. And then takes a big bite of a sandwich.
So wait, was that like a joke that he was doing, or was he actually recording a video of himself?
No, it was a joke he was doing. I don't know why. Like, it was super random, but because
Yeah,
of
that
how
is a
random it
joke.
was, it made me laugh really hard.
Yeah,
And then I
that's
was like,
pretty
I
great.
can't be laughing because that just encourages them when I do.
Yeah, it's like when your kid drops the F-bomb and they don't even know what it means, and you start laughing, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
F F F F."
Exactly. Yes. So he knew he was being funny, obviously, but I don't think that.
You couldn't
He
let him
expected-
know that you knew it was funny.
Yes, exactly. But I did because it totally caught me by surprise.
It was
Because like,
pretty
who
good.
does that? It was a quiet classroom, and he just randomly. Thank you.
So why don't you have control of your students, though? That's my question.
Well, that's a different story entirely.
Oh man, the other day we were at Marshall's, I think, and there was some girl like with her cell phone out, and she was like filming the makeup, and she was like talking to her phone, but like quietly, like she didn't want anyone around her to notice that she was recording a video in the middle of the store. It was so weird. It
In the
was
middle
so
of
weird.
Marshalls. Is Marshalls like TJ Maxx?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost identical.
It's the same company now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na TJ Maxx. That's my favorite song, actually.
It's really good. I hope that's on your new record.
We don't. That's not the way
So
they
guys-
play it over here on our.
How do they play it?
It's TJ Maxx.
Those sound identical to me.
Nope.
These are pretty similar.
Cole, do yours.
There are two sides of the same coin. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na TJ Maxx.
Okay, do you want to hear mine again, Aaron?
Absolutely. I do.
TJ Maxx.
Do them at the same time.
Okay.
One,
One,
two,
two, three.
TJ
Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na TJ Maxx.
That's pretty good. They're still
pretty
I
good.
think they're pretty similar. I always thought it went la pa da ti pa da pa TJ Maxx.
Yeah, it's like the only difference is we're like choosing different like consonants to for words that aren't actually in the song, you know.
No, there are singers singing
Phil,
the syllables.
Don't ruin my joke with your information. So I'm in a band. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's a pretty big deal. We're heading into the studio this week.
The stew.
Get some stewed time. And just you know how it is.
Just doing it up.
Yeah.
And I realized we're going to be in there on Thursday and Friday, and I realized I have surgery scheduled on Thursday for my forehead, which I get all the time, but it's still it leaves me with, they end up taking a ton of muscle and skin out of my forehead and then stitching it back together, so it's not very comfortable to talk or to like make any facial expressions.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Which you
interesting.
totally need for guitar.
Well, I'm mostly a singer in the band.
Singer in a smoky room.
Smith? No.
Smash.
So,
Smash. No.
Smith?
Guys, I have news about our Patreon. We literally just lost one of our patrons.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny, actually. Who is it?
Wait, don't
should call
rat
him
him
out.
out on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Why not?
Oh,
I'll say
What?
this.
Well-
It rhymes with Smaz Smantucci.
Oh, dang.
come on, Smaz.
He was like our one
Oh, no,
guy that
we
wasn't
lost
like
two.
super.
Oh, but we lost. Oh, man.
Let's not talk about that on the episode.
So everyone loves it in there. Oh, but here's the thing. I am
we're
planning
hemorrhaging street
some
crew members.
really good content coming up soon, specifically for our patrons. And it's not tequila. Although, have you guys seen that video of the dude doing karaoke to that song?
Yes. I
Yeah,
believe
dude.
someone posted
pretty
it
good.
in our group.
Oh, did they? It's clever. I like it.
It's a pretty good bit because, like, it's in there. Like,
Yeah,
it was in the... Like, it was in the karaoke software as a
Right.
choice, you know?
Yeah. Tequila.
Which is like somebody had to have realized at some point that was a bad idea, but
Apparently not.
Well,
No.
it just means you dance. Like, that's the whole point. It's like, I want a song where I can dance for a long time.
That's not karaoke, though.
I'm aware of that. I'm just
That's
saying,
dancing.
what else would people do?
Just stand there.
Stand there like an idiot?
well, they'll climb up on the bar and do the
The Pee Wee
the
Herman.
dance where
Yeah,
dance.
exactly. Pee Wee Herman.
To
well,
the front, to
depends.
the back,
What do you
to the
mean when you
side,
say
to
do the
other
Pee Wee
side.
Herman?
It's basically like the Konami code of putting your hands between your legs.
Okay.
Front, back, left, right.
Yeah.
Tequila.
But do you have to... Never mind.
So today in our Facebook group, Ed Chu posted this thing from another group, but it was some dude who said it's his 40th birthday and he has $3,000 gift budget,
Yeah.
birthday
I saw
budget,
that.
and he's saying, "What would you buy?" So what would you buy? Gear. You have to buy guitar stuff, and you can only buy one item, and it has to be about $3,000. What would it be, and why, and who, and when, and
Can
how?
it be a Roni Oceana marquee?
No,
Why not?
I don't know, because you asked.
They don't make those anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, we can't use this money on reverb?
Mm-mm. Is there one on Reverb?
Yes.
How much is it?
$2,999
That's not close enough.
and 99 cents.
Is it really?
Free shipping.
Is it really?
Which one?
Is it really?
The pink sparkle one?
Actually, that one is literally $3,000
Yeah.
plus
it's
free
exactly
shipping.
3,000.
See? Damn.
So I'll buy that one. What are you going to buy?
Is right.
Knew this
No.
guitar sold for over $7,500. Is that true?
I think the marquees were the most, and then
but
when
Jimmy,
he does like those kind of custom paint jobs and like binding and stuff, then it goes way up.
but Jimmy, that was Jimmy Jr.'s guitar originally, and he didn't
Like, there's no way he paid $7,500 for it.
Are you
no,
sure?
because they didn't like. He would like, I don't know. They had other ways of paying for their guitars, not in drugs. If that's what you guys are thinking.
I was not thinking of that.
Yeah.
But better than that one, I think, is this Oceana duotone in Samoan coral. That's on
I don't
Reverb.
know if I've seen that one.
It's new, I think. Oh, it's been listed 22 days, but it looks really cool.
Then I'm sure I've seen it. I try to stay up on most of the.
I don't think any of us should be buying Roni guitars at this point. He's defunct. There's no flip there.
That's
Yeah.
all we're about.
You're going to be losing money.
Yeah.
No, not if I lowball
I
a guy
do
who's
like
already
that.
got it.
I do like that one a lot. It's just too expensive. That's the interesting. Like I was talking. So, well, is it public knowledge that
I don't know.
there's a little stinker that's on the market, or that is going to
yeah.
be on the market?
You don't have to say
And I
who
was
it is.
talking to my brother about buying it, and he was like, "Well, if it's like an insane deal, then I'll buy it." And I was like, "Well, I don't know what an insane deal is because
Right,
there's
it's
not
so
very
hard
many
to
of them
know.
out there, and there doesn't seem to be a huge resale market for Ronis. I mean, that pink sparkle Roni is like, this amazing guitar that if you
Yeah.
see it, you like, it just blows your mind. But it's been on Reverb for a long time. It was listed 12 months ago,
Right.
and that's like the third owner at this point.
I just don't know if he was around long enough to like have a name that
No,
like people who know about him know the quality of what he did, but it's not
like I
doesn't
honestly
have cachet.
think 60 Cycle Hum was like the biggest exposure he got, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Which is there's a lot of people that listen to that podcast, but still, it's not like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And I'm sure he had, spreads in Premier Guitar or something like that, but he's not nearly as well known as Cower. And
Right.
even Cower's like they drop in value quite a bit when they
Yeah,
resell,
but he even has like people playing his stuff, like
like very well known artists.
Yeah, like big name guitarists, at least in the guitar world.
Yeah, which Ronnie never really did,
Right.
as far as I know.
Yeah, for all I know,
Man.
all of his guitars are on reverb right now, except for 2 or 3. Except for the 3 that the 4 or 5. The 5 that I know are definitely not.
I probably know like half of the Ronies that are out there.
I know your 2, Pat Chen's 2, and then the other one that you were just talking about.
The pink sparkle one?
No, the other.
The other little stinker.
Yeah.
Co has a. Oh no,
that's right. He does.
Did he win that?
No, he
won a Cower. But he was picking it up at the same time. He
won the
right?
Titan.
Yes.
So he drove home with 2 guitars.
Yeah.
That's Co Schneider of the Flippin' Flippers.
I played his Titan. It's fun.
What's that?
I played his Titan. It's cool. Those Titans are... The Titans really make me want to have a Jackson. Like
because the necks are made in the same factory, right?
Well, they're made by Grover Jackson.
By Jack. Yeah. Okay.
I think in the USA factory. As far as I know.
I haven't. I hesitate to. I've played a lot of Titans, and I've never played one that I felt like was worth the price.
Yeah.
I guess now, like, they're quite a bit cheaper than an American Fender. Or maybe not quite a bit, but they're less.
Well, yeah, than the standard.
But I'd rather have.
You can still get
an
American Special
Titan
for less.
Yeah.
Because I think Titan started like $13.99 or something.
Okay, maybe so.
And then American, what is it? The American Pro now.
Yeah, those are like 1,700.
Mm. Is that the new standard line, the Pro?
There's American Professional and American Elite, maybe.
I think the Elites are like 22.
Yeah, the Elites are like the deluxe.
Yeah. Anyway,
the Stratocaster has.
I like them. What are they?
Oh, it's $1,450. The American Professional is $1,450.
Oh, the other ones
are $1,450.
$18.99.
So basically it's right in the same range.
I like the Titans, but I feel like the neck to me feels almost exactly the same as the Reverends that I've played. And like I get that it's USA made and it's a small builder, but it's like double the price of like a Reverend with a very similar feel. So I don't know.
And being USA, like, I don't know, being USA made isn't inherently a benefit in my mind.
Right. The only thing is, for
especially
me, it would
like,
be like
that. That's part of why it costs as much as it does, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's worth that much.
Right.
Like
for me, it would be like a thing that you're doing because you want to do it and support someone, not like a value thing.
And it's a good guitar. Like it isn't like it's. I think it's worth significantly less or something like that.
Right.
But it isn't like a no-brainer. It isn't like you pick it up. Like I fell in love with the little stinker when I got it, and my opinion has never changed. But I didn't feel the same way. We're in a singing mood tonight.
Pick it up.
So guys, speaking of reverb, should we first of all, we're sponsored by Sinasoid. Get your ropes. Oh, I forgot to get pictures. I went to Virginia this last week, and I went on a battleship, like an actual battleship.
Oh, dang.
You can go take a tour on, and it was this guy that was leading the tour. He served in the Korean War.
Oh, word.
And he was like, he wasn't that old, but
was he super racist?
Kind of, probably, but that didn't like come out in the tour at all. But you could tell he was kind of losing it a tiny bit because he'd repeat himself like 10 seconds later, say the exact same thing he just said, you know. And once in a while, he just wouldn't acknowledge it at all. And once in a while, he'd be like, "Did I already say that?"
No.
But you should have seen the ropes on that thing, man.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Some freaking ropes.
I bet.
They're like they're like half gauge. They're like 1/10 gauge ropes.
Yeah, they're like negative gauge.
Yeah, exactly. They're nano gauge.
Phil, did you know that the sound of a lightsaber was made by striking metal ropes?
I did.
I knew you did.
Wait, that's not a lightsaber though. That's the
Oh yeah, you're right. So you're wrong.
the blasters.
Yeah, but you thought it was a lightsaber.
Phil, idiot.
Do you even like Star Wars? You're such a terrible fan.
How did they make the sound of the phasers in Star Wars?
Your mom.
How did they make the beam me up sound in Star Wars?
Actually, my mom is like, she's a Foley artist. It's like her and Michael Winslow.
Dang, that was good.
Should we talk about our reverb shops?
Is she a Scott Foley artist? Foley, Party of Five.
No, she's a Matt Foley artist.
I don't know who that is.
Like
Isn't
fully
that the
an
motivational
artist.
speaker? Lives in a van down by the river.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
isn't it Matt Foley?
That's what I said.
No, guys, you're
said
both
Scott
you're
Foley.
both way off. It's Matt Foley.
So, how many things have you guys sold on Reverb?
Sold? That I do not know.
Okay, so let's start this off by saying Phil's Reverb shop is inferior to mine and Aaron's.
True.
We'll
True.
get into why that
objectively
is the case.
true.
So,
Let me see. How many have I sold?
what's your total number of feedback right now? I have 122.
I have 65.
I have 142.
Woo. Okay, how many as a seller and how many as a buyer?
How do you find that
get
out?
back into the other thing that will give me that.
Oh, here we go.
Information.
Orders. Let me see.
It just says it on that same page where it shows all your reviews.
No, it doesn't. Does it?
Yeah.
Where?
No, I clicked on a different thing, so I
Where
Click
does
on
it-
feedback and there's all, and then it's
Yeah.
seller and buyer, and it's in parentheses.
What? Are you freaking kidding me?
What is it, Aaron? Okay, so I've got
Well, I'm 34 seller, 31 buyer.
Huh.
seller 90, buyer 52.
Yeah, so we're about the same.
guys
I'm
suck.
seller 74, buyer 48.
I'm seller
And I think-
34, buyer 31.
I had a long stretch of like buying stuff on Craigslist and selling it on Reverb.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why mine.
Yeah, same with me.
Great buyer. Awesome buyer. Thanks for your business. Fast payment. Uber Reverber. I got
Well,
Uber
you do
Reverber
Uber through Reverb?
twice. I got that twice. 4 months apart from Chicago Music Exchange. So suck on that, Jamie Foxx. Do you remember?
Okay.
You remember that movie, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story?
Of course.
There was an ad when it came out. There was an ad where it was just after Walk the Line came out, and Jamie Foxx had won an Oscar or whatever, nominated. And so the dude, what's the dude's name? The curly haired guy,
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, John C. Reilly comes out in the ad, and he's like promoting it, and he says something like, I don't know. He reads some stupid quote that someone made, and then he goes, "So suck on that, Jamie Foxx."
I freaking love John C. Reilly. When we were on vacation, Step Brothers came on. It was on just on TV, you know, and Lacey had never seen it before, so it's a pretty interesting movie to watch edited, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's a good movie.
See, great buyer, fast payment. Great
And
buyer,
that
quick
that
payment.
SNL skit. I also watched that because we went to Colonial Williamsburg.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that SNL skit where he works at Colonial Williamsburg?
I think I have.
And
sounds
his
familiar, but I
boss
can't
guy,
remember
he's
details.
he's like too authentic, so he's basically just being super racist to all the black employees and everything.
No, that's funny though. Great seller too. I'm a great buyer and a great seller.
That's debatable.
That's good.
So I have all 5-star reviews except for one.
Oh. Let's hear it. How many stars is it?
Okay, so
Wait,
first,
why don't you tell us your percentages?
they're all just 100 because... Oh, so I have... You mean like positive... It's 100%
Like-
positive.
Okay.
Like,
Like
what
4-star
percentage
reviews
of
count as positive.
reviews of yours are 5-star?
99, greater than 99% because I have
Oh, that's a lot.
122 reviews and only one of them is 4-star.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a little
Okay,
bit
Matt,
better than
egghead.
that percentage. Mine's 100%. 5 stars. Every review I've ever gotten, 5 stars.
Oh, that's awesome,
Isn't it?
Aaron.
I thought it was pretty good, to be honest.
But you have like a third as many reviews.
Yeah.
I have half.
So it's like you ran a 5-minute mile, but I ran a marathon averaging a 5-minute mile.
It would be more like
snap.
I ran a 4-minute mile and you ran 2 5-minute miles.
Dude, if I could run a 5-minute mile, that's insane. So the first 2 things I sold, first of all, I got 5 stars for both of them, were both Boss DS ones.
That's awesome.
What's the date?
Yeah. And then the fourth review, and this was back in June 9th, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been a little while.
It's been a while.
From Charles C. 4-star review is for a Zoom A2. You guys remember that little guy?
Mm-hmm.
The acoustic multi-effects pedal?
Mm-hmm. You bought it or sold?
I sold it. I bought it on the streets, mean streets of Salt Lake City, and then I sold it on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
To Charles C. The unit arrived intact, though it was in a small box that allowed the edges to be right against the cardboard.
Oh, no.
The little styro peanuts that were in the box just stopped it from moving around.
Dang.
I examined the top and sides, and they were like new. No nicks or scratches in the paint. But I wish the seller had told me that there was a large piece of Velcro on the bottom, which when I peeled it off, removed one of the 2 stickers on the bottom, which contained the serial number.
Oh, my goodness. Dude.
Small detail, but still. And there was a paint scuff/scratch on the bottom about the size of a pinky nail. I don't know if he means pinky toenail or pinky fingernail. The
he
unit
just
works
means
fine.
a nail that's
no
painted
problems.
pink.
But I
Good.
think it would have been better to include in the description the Velcro and the scratch.
That's
This is
fair.
for
So
a
what did
Zoom
you get? 2
A2
stars?
multi-effects pedal.
That was 2-star review?
That was a 4-star review.
Oh, so you got lucky on that one. Dodged the bullet.
Dude, I would have burned that guy to the ground if he gave me a 2-star review.
Yeah, well.
Okay, Phil, tell us about all your negative reviews.
Okay, I have...
What's the first thing you sold on Reverb, first of all?
Okay, first thing I sold was a carbon copy.
Of what?
Zing!
And I remember specifically, this was...
Have you owned a carbon copy too, Cole?
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious. I have not.
Yeah, because I'm a legit guitarist.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember specifically, I bought this carbon copy on Craigslist.
Mm-hmm.
The guy posted it on Craigslist saying,
Carbon copy
Doesn't
for
work.
sale. Oh.
carbon copy, cool
Doesn't
pedal,
work.
but doesn't work. And so he wasn't too far away from me, so I came with a power supply, and he said doesn't work. Tried switching the battery, still doesn't work. And so then I brought a
Was this
power
John?
supply and plugged it in. This is the balls I had. I said, "Can I try it out?" And he goes, "Well, sure, but it doesn't work." And then I pulled out the power supply and I plugged it in. Can I use your outlet? And he's like, "Sure." And then I plugged it in and it totally worked. And he was selling it for like $50. And that's
Yikes.
what he posted for. And then it starts working and it powers up fine. And he goes, "Oh man."
Had you already given him the money?
No, I just kind of like sat there quietly. I was like, "So you said
waiting
$50?"
for him to change his mind.
I go, "So you said $50?" And he goes, "I mean, I guess a deal's a deal, right?" And I was like,
And you're
yep.
like, yeah.
So I go, "Here you go."
And you're like,
And then I wa-
TJ Maxx.
Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na.
So-
Bump.
Dude, you were shopping like a Maxxinista that day.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty
I was
cool.
a freaking
So
Proverbs.
every
I was a Proverbs woman.
I have the reputation for being this cutthroat guy who will like buy a guitar from someone and then sell it back to him for a significant markup, and
Or
then buy
make
it-
friends by buying things off of them.
things
then,
that they broke because they're dumb idiots. But it sounds like you're just as cutthroat as I am.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So when you sold this on Reverb, how many stars did you get?
5.
Okay. What was the date?
That was March 4th, 2015.
Dang, I've been on Reverb since November of 2014, and I've sold less than you guys.
Have you really?
Yep. My first review, Electro Harmonix Big Muff Pie 2010 silver/black. I
Why
sold
didn't
it
you just decide if it was silver or black?
because it's both colors.
Yeah. What color is it?
Silver and black.
Oh, okay.
And red.
I think it's
And
silver.
red.
And red all over. What's silver and black and red all over?
The Big Muff Pie 2010s.
Oh, okay.
And here's the review. 5 stars. Hi, received today, 11/19. Do you have the power cord for it?
That's the review?
That's the review.
What an idiot. I mean,
With 5 stars?
Yeah.
it was clearly, this was like in the early days of Reverb, right?
Yeah.
Like November 2014. That's like really
It was pretty
beginning
early.
of, and so people didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, like that page had like freaking animated GIFs of dancing baby on it and stuff. And it had the little ticker at the bottom saying how many people had visited. That's awesome. Do you have the power cord? Like, there's no reply review function in Reverb. Sorry, guy.
Oh, man, that's good.
So, Phil, what's your worst review?
Okay, so here's the thing. I have a few 4-star reviews
Dang.
that where they gave me like no
They mention-
no words.
They mentioned
It's just-
nothing negative in any way.
Yeah. It's just like, which is make it like I'm looking at these and I'm like so freaking angry. Again, like what kind of monster would do that? That's what I'm wondering.
It is weird. I guess some people just don't think that 5 stars is the default. Like, they're the same people who tip like 10% or something at a restaurant.
Or $5.
Well,
No matter what. Just $5 always.
Even on a credit card. Like, come on, guys.
well, I told you, I remember when this happened, and I told you guys about one of them. When I bought the Voila, the AC Noises one from the guy, and it was he was like asking way too much, and I lowballed him, and then he went like way, like it was just like $3 off of his original price, and so I just hit decline, right?
Yeah.
And then like a week later, he messages me and says, if you offer me $120, I'll accept it.
And
then I was
what
like,
was your original offer?
I can't. No, I think it was something. I think my original offer was like 110.
Okay, so
something
he was
like that.
coming down almost to where your original offer was.
Yes, except
And the Phil
he had,
I know
like-
was like 110 or I'm walking.
no, because here's the
Or
thing.
you said,
He
no, now it's 90, biatch.
no. He said if you offer me 120, then I will I'll accept it. But he had like $20 shipping, right? So I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah,
so I
that's
offered him
right.
100 because that's 120 total,
Yeah.
right? So then he accepted it.
Like
And
a
then took
dingleberry.
and then took forever to ship it. And then I messaged him like it had been a week, and I said, "Hey, just wondering if you're shipping it." And then he wrote me and said, "Yeah, sorry, I'm shipping it tomorrow." And then he did. He posted shipping the next day, and then instantly gave me 4 stars, but no comment. And I was like, "Okay, so if you're giving me 4 stars because you're pissed." Like,
Yeah, that you
don't
did a
take
bad
my
job.
lowball offer then.
Yeah. Or that he's pissed that you're like hassling him for not shipping it quicker. But either way,
it was
like,
a week.
Well,
But that's not the best one.
Who would
I've
ever
got a
wait
2-star
a week
review.
to send someone something?
Shut up, Aaron.
No, it's just awful.
So I've got a 2-star review.
2 stars?
remember-
That's the
Yeah.
worst possible
Yes.
review you can get.
Yes, and
so
this
the
one
5-star is like excellent, and 4-star is like very good. What would you say a 2-star is?
It's like a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I would say 2 stars is,
It's like a 6.
5 out of 7?
6 out of 10.
well, it's technically 40%, but
Yeah.
that's not.
Oh, look at the math wizard over here. Look at
But,
the
okay.
egghead.
It's literally the worst review you can get, though.
I know. You think 2 is worse than 1.
I
and
know it is.
I love that you think it's worse than 1.
It is, because one you can just write off as like, oh, this guy's angry. Like, oh, it's an outlier or something. But
Yeah,
2
but
is
this
like,
one has
2
words.
has like thought to it.
yeah.
This one has words. Are you ready? And I remember the
Yeah.
story, so I'm going to read you the words, and I'm going to explain what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so the words are, this is for Zoom
Butthole the neck.
H6
Oh, yeah.
2016 black.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Shipping cost more than estimated, and I lost on a deal that I had already lowered the price
Oh,
on.
so you're the buyer here.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't even get a response.
Shipping costs
when
more
I
than
sent a
estimated. That's
message
not your
letting
fault.
the buyer know
What an
this.
idiot.
So this is that situation that
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I'm sure I talked
How
about
about
on the podcast.
estimate better?
But also, that's not how it works. Like, I pay you the shipping that you tell me, and then you ship it
Right.
for however much it costs.
Yeah,
That's
I
how
know.
So
the world works.
So here's what happened. He had, and I don't remember. I mean, I guess I could look it up. It's not on this listing, but I could find it somewhere. I don't know what he had it listed for, but then I like lowballed him, and he's like, "No, thank you." And then he came up a little bit, and I was like, "No," and then this was another one where the guy wrote me and said, "Okay, I can do it for this price."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's too high. I could do it for this price."
Do it with true value.
And then he said, "Okay." And it was like lower. And so he was like going lower than he wanted. And because it comes in this case with like all the pieces, right?
Mm.
And the case is like big. So I think he just did not know. Like, and you know, he had shipping at like $20 or something. Well, so then when he took it in to ship it, the post office was like, shipping's going to be $30. So he messaged me and said, "Hey, shipping was more than expected. I need you to send me some extra money."
Yeah. No.
And you were like,
And I remember I wrote you guys and I was like,
balls.
what should I do? And you guys were like, "Did he post the shipping?" And I said, "Yeah." And you were like, "Well, then screw him. Like, you don't have to say anything."
Wait, now you're trying
Actually,
to
I
make
think
me
that
the
was
bad guy.
that was
again.
Andy that
I would
that
never
literally said,
use that language.
"Screw him."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't even like
I
you
think it was our
saying
sponsor.
now.
So, I didn't respond, and then he gave me 2 stars, which is like, dude,
It is pretty baller that you just didn't respond because he had already shipped it. Like at this point, like screw you, I'm never going to talk to you again. Like it's on its way here unless you like, call UPS and request that they reroute it back to you or something.
Let me see. I'm going to check in messages and see if I responded to that. I'm pretty sure I did not, but I might have responded.
So both of our worst reviews were for Zoom units. That's interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
You guys ever thought about that? Probably not, huh?
Shipping cost was, he said, okay, so he said, so I'm looking at the message now. Shipping cost almost $40. If you care to, please send $10 for shipping.
I do not care to please.
I do not care to please.
But also, like, you either just ship it and just accept the fact that you didn't estimate it properly, or you ask for the entire shipping cost. Like, if $20 was the listed shipping cost and he's saying it was $40, so he's like trying to get you to meet somewhere in the middle or something.
Yeah. Plus, it's just dumb. It's like you factor that in to your sale price. That's how it works.
Like, it's part of it. It just says shipping on there.
No one charges exactly what it costs to ship.
Because people talk about that, like, oh, we'll do this. I'll accept that offer, and then you can pay for the shipping once I calculate it. It's like, no, dude, freaking, here's my address. Calculate it right now.
Yeah, right. And so then there's the dude with Parkinson's, and that was 3 stars.
He gave you 3 stars for his own disease. That is unfair.
Maybe he meant to hit 5 stars, though.
Maybe he meant to hit 1 and he just kept hitting it. He just kept tapping it.
It's like, God damn it, gotta go all the way around the horn. Go back down to 1.
So then I also sold the Montreal Assembly Count to 5. Sorry, Mark. I sold it. And
Mark Johnson.
Yeah.
Enemy of Phil.
And I sold it.
Friend of the show, enemy of Phil.
And this dude who bought it paid my asking price, and I shipped immediately, and he gave me 4 stars.
That's the craziest. When
Like,
they
for
don't
no
say,
reason.
When they don't say any, like the one where you had like done offers back and forth, and like, that kind of makes sense because there was something said, but like there was literally no communication between you and him.
Right.
That's crazy.
And he gives you 4 stars.
I will agree. Most of yours do not warrant them the ratings that they received.
Most?
The 3 stars I conceived because the nut fell off. The nut literally fell off the neck. Like that's
not a pleasant experience.
That is worth losing a star at least.
No, that's not my freaking fault.
It's not your fault that the neck,
it's not a problem.
the neck you sold him lost its nut.
No, it's not. It's not a problem.
It's not ideal.
It's at least debatable. Like you could make an argument both ways.
It's worth 4
but to
stars.
say like to give you less stars because you weren't willing to pay him more money for shipping because he did a bad job of estimating it.
Cole, you said luthiers who prefer to not use glue when
I know lots of
nuts
luthiers.
like that.
Guys, people are always asking me, how many luthiers do you know? The luthiers that I know are huge. But yes, it isn't like, but that's what I'm saying. It's like you could have a discussion about which, if that is good or not. But just giving you less stars for,
yes,
Aaron, do you have any reviews where they wrote where they wrote a lot
story? No, I don't think so. Let me see if I can find one.
It's all like great service and all that garbage. Like,
yeah, it's just like normal good seller, good buyer stuff.
Check this out.
Like, imagine you were like a perfectly scored buyer and seller, what your reviews would look like, and it's kind of like that.
This is a reliable seller.
Strongly endorse.
He provided a quality product at a reasonable price, also within a quick shipping time frame. I would buy from Cole's Guitar Goodness again.
Great communication, fast shipper, and item was exactly as described. Would buy from again. Grade A++.
Ooh, that's an eBay guy right there.
3 pluses.
Once you get into the A++, that's when you know it's an old eBay guy.
From Richard R. This 5-star review actually says 5 stars in the review.
I always like that. Here's this thing, TC Helicon Voice Live Play Acoustic, is awesome. And seller is true to his word. I don't even know what that's about. Couldn't ask for a better seller or quality of equipment.
I did such a good job. This
Cole
person
Duke
thinks
is a
I'm
man of
I'm
his
a store.
word.
Awesome deal and quick
He is
shipping. Thanks, fellas.
He is a man of integrity.
I am one person.
Cole Duke is an upstanding
Check
citizen.
this out. A true Renaissance man. Highly recommended. Cheers.
I would trust him to watch my wife and daughters.
Although I think that was a response because I already gave the student review, and I was in this phase where I was every time I gave someone 4 stars, I put a gentleman and a scholar 5 stars.
Stupid. So I bought. I think this is okay. I must have bought a Boss DD20 from this person, and they wrote fast payment, good communication, would sell to again.
Here's a good one. Thanks, Cool Pedal. Fast shipping will buy from again.
You are a cool pedal, though.
You are. You're the coolest pedal I know.
Did we talk about... Oh, no, we must not have.
This is my favorite one. 5 stars. The review says, honest seller.
Mm.
I didn't lie to that dude.
That's actually my favorite bar that I like to go drink at.
Honest
Seller.
Honest seller. Mm.
Fast payment and patient even when USPS sucks. Haha. Thanks again. Here's a good one. Not enough stars to express the awesomeness.
Naughty.
10 out of 10.
So naughty.
Not enough stars.
So naughty.
Magical and rad. That's me.
So, guys, when I was in Colonial Williamsburg, enjoying the way life used to be...
We just call it Cola Wilbur.
It is kind of a mouthful.
It's a lot.
This guy was, like, giving me... So, we went to eat lunch. I'm kind of a bigger guy. You guys have seen me in real life, and you wouldn't know this to look at me, but I'm a little bit of a bigger guy. I sweat a lot, and I had to run back to the car and grab something. So by the time I got back to lunch, I was sweating pretty heavily, and we were eating in this crappy little, colonial house or whatever. And I felt like I was going to break the chair, so I was already like way self-conscious, And this guy kept staring at me. I was wearing my Gear Slum shirt. Mm-hmm. And so when I went to leave, he stops me and he's like, "Hey, what's that podcast on your shirt?" It's like, "Oh, it's about guitar gear." "Oh, I love podcasts. Is that your podcast?" And I was like, "Dang it." Of course, that's the very first question he asks. But he said, "Did I tell you guys where he's from?"
Colonial Williamsburg.
No, he's not. He didn't live there.
No, where is he from?
Just think about a place that we've mentioned. Well, close to a place we've mentioned on the podcast.
Area 51.
Multiple times. No.
Area 51 is what I was going to say.
Close,
Salt Lake
though.
City.
No.
Las Vegas.
So think farther south, but not on the earth, on like your body.
Modesto?
No, but he's from Fresno.
Oh,
Fresno.
Which is close enough.
I mean, yeah.
Home of Tuke and Lim.
Yeah. Okay, so
So he wrote down the name of the podcast and he said he's going to listen to. So shout out to that guy.
You don't even know his name?
Nah, screw
shout
that
out
guy.
to Fresno.
Shout out to that guy. Screw that guy. Also.
So every once in a while, I'm bored. I get bored when I'm posting reverb listings.
Mm-hmm.
So I write something ridiculous, and I'm looking at my reviews, and I this one I got 5 stars for. Yay! So I don't know if you guys remember this. I sold I bought a T2 on Craigslist.
T2, the Mighty Tux.
So TC Electronic, and this is what I call
That's the black pedal that has like the pentagram on it or something.
the Trinity symbol. Yeah.
It's like a reverb, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Trinity,
reverb.com.
the Trinity part 2.
So TC Electronic T2 Hasta La Vista Baby. That's what I titled it. And then I said, do your foster parents suck? Do they not understand you? Are you angry that your mom is locked up in a mental institute? Don't you just want to steal money from an ATM and ride around on your dirt bike while listening to Guns N' Roses? If yes to all of the above, you might be the future savior of humanity, and this pedal might be for you. Besides being named after one of the greatest movies of all time, this pedal is amazing. 12 different algorithms of sweet, sweet reverby goodness. If you're looking for lots of ambient options, look no further. So that was my review. This dude bought it without question, outright, and said, I laughed so hard at your review, I had to buy it. And I was like, yes! And then he gave me a 5-star review, and he said, great pedal. It only cost me my clothes, my boots, and my motorcycle.
That's like, because people joke about, like, oh, that ad is so good, it makes me want to buy it. But, like, he actually put his money where his mouth is.
And this is like,
which is really gross.
The kid in my class who did the joke about what is it called? ASMR? Yeah. ASMR. And like, I laughed, and then that kid's like, oh my gosh, I've got to double down on these jokes. Mm-hmm. This guy doing this just made me want to do it all the time.
Yeah. There was not a good thing.
So, dude, if you're listening, what is wrong with you? You suck.
He's like the people at your shows
but also,
who start,
just kidding,
who raise their hands the first time you ask them to.
Yes,
like it
exactly.
only makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
It's like you're a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and they should just hold still so you can't see them.
Guys, speaking of Tyrannosaurus
Rex,
their arms up. Why can't a Tyrannosaurus Rex clap its hands? Because it's extinct.
Is that Brian Regan joke?
I don't know. Could be.
He said
no, the Brian Regan one.
It's something like
Brian Regan one was his daughter.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, why don't dinosaurs? It's something like go to the bathroom or something like that. Yeah. It's like, I don't know why.
Because they're all
dead.
Goes,
because they're dead.
That's way better.
It is a good joke.
Speaking of way better, you know what sounds way better now? My guitars. Ever since I put in new wiring from Gun Street Wiring Shop.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing the ad music.
Gun Street Wiring Shop. Look no further than Gun Street Wiring Shop. They have all your guitar wiring needs, from young to old, to modern, to classic, to hybrid, to postmodern, to French, to Japanese, to Cajun, to Congolese,
to cajon. They don't do strings.
Turkey.
They don't do wiring for cajones though. Just Cajun.
They do not. They also don't wire up your Nissan Sentra, people.
Yeah, dummy.
What kind of idiot would ever say that? So stupid.
They don't even make Nissan Sentras anymore.
Well, they never did, actually. They were always made by Nissan. Never by Gun Street.
You telling me Hugh O'Kane never made a Nissan Sentra?
I highly doubt that. I'm sure he had something to do with it.
Hugh O'Kane never met a Nissan Sentra he didn't like.
So check out your local Nissan dealer for some wiring for your guitar.
But seriously, if you want like more tonal options or selecting options or something crazy, hit him up. Sean Arbo.
Tonal eclipse of the heart.
Tell him you farted and he'll give you a discount. Tell him I don't know.
Aaron, we don't do those kind of jokes on this show.
Tell him I sent you. Go see Cal.
So I have a product that I'm going to read some reviews of.
Okay.
You guys get to guess what it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's a guitar pedal.
Okay. And then
it has 76 reviews.
On which
platform?
On
Amazon.
Okay.
The average is 3.6 out of 5, which
not great.
Pretty low.
Pretty low.
There's 5 1-star reviews.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite. I just opened the box, and to my surprise, there's no power supply. My excitement changed really quick. Now I have to either send it back or wait until I get my power supply from this people, if they are willing to do so. Instead, a black foam. So disappointed.
What?
Instead of black foam. That's a good album name.
Like there was black foam where he thought the power supply would be. I'm guessing.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of black foam.
It's all out
My blank died about 5 weeks after I purchased it.
Oh.
I only used it a few times, then nothing but a loud buzz. That one goes on. The next one. Product doesn't work directly out of the package. Screen blinks forever. Next one. Started malfunctioning with less than 2 weeks of light use.
Next.
Next one. I'm warning you. Don't buy this garbage. It works just some months, then it stops to function.
Are those all 1 star?
Yeah, those are all the 1-star reviews. So what do you think it is?
Something with a screen.
Do you want to hear some more positive reviews?
Yeah.
Hold on. Yes, I'm ready.
I've used these types of products for a number of years, and I'm very happy with their products. This one is very solidly built, and the quality is what you would expect from a blank product. This is also a brilliant solution for a situation where an effect is required for a certain song, as it saves you the expense of buying a dedicated effect pedal. That gives you kind of a hint.
Okay, some kind of multi-effects. Is it a more red truck?
No.
Okay.
See some other ones that don't. Crank your pedal board. That's the title of that review.
Okay.
Like, I don't know about that.
Is it an M5?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's a good guess. How'd you guess that?
I don't know. I just
The black
did.
foam.
Because it's a multi-effects pedal that has a decent chance of being dead on arrival or failing quickly.
Yeah, and it's like that was actually what I thought of first, and then I said the more one because I thought it would be that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you own, I've never owned an M5, but I've played them, and they are pretty cool.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That's how, like, all the like pod stuff, the Boss multi-effects pedals, you know, the big multi-effects pedal board things.
Yeah,
like they all sound pretty cool.
like they're not, the big weak point is always the drives, but it's like for $100 the M5 does a lot, like reverb and delay.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff all sounds cool.
Yeah, and it probably sounds really good. So speaking of that, have we talked about the HX Stomp very much?
Yeah.
We've talked about it some.
Oh, I really want to get one.
You should.
I probably will.
I kind of want to get one too, but what would you buy if it was your 40th birthday and you had $3,000? We know Phil would buy
5 HX Stomps.
5 of them. Wow.
That's $3,000.
Yeah,
Would you put one of them in the effects loop of the other ones?
Yeah, I'd have a circular effects loop.
dude, did you ever see that video that JHS did with where they had an Alpine and then in the effects loop they had the Panther Cub and then the effects
Then I
loop
let
of that
the
was a
Alpine
reverb.
play.
And it was just like 5 or 6 of them all looped together.
I think
No.
so.
Well, it was cool.
What was it like?
It was like washy, wishy-washy.
Awesome.
Guys, speaking of patrons, you know what's coming up soon? Is NAM.
Christmas?
NAM.
Oh.
And we will be at NAM, and we will be having fun. And you are welcome to seek us out and give us money in person instead of
Don't be weird
over the
about it.
internet.
Yeah, don't be weird about it. Don't like make direct eye contact.
Don't
with
like
us.
try to hug us unless we lean in first, because
Yeah.
I got to be honest, there are some of you that I would not want to hug.
Plus, I will be very sweaty, regardless of when you see us
True.
at NAM.
True, he will be.
It's just the reality of the situation.
It's just
Yeah.
kind of how it works.
I am way excited for NAM this year, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun.
Very excited.
We're going to try to do more. I always am dumb when I get to NAM, and I'm
It's
kind of
true.
like a
That
deer in
is
the
true.
headlights and don't know what kind of stuff to do. We're just going to try to do more podcast stuff,
Are we?
like actual podcasting, and just like not trying to take videos and crap like that.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try and do stuff that pisses Cole off so much that he literally grabs me by the throat. But
you say that as if I've done that before.
I'm going to have people nearby filming.
Oh, and then you're going to try to get me arrested like that teacher?
No.
Punch that kid?
I'm gonna make Cole so mad that he tries to crumple me.
What does that mean?
Like that video, the youth pastor who punches the kid in the chest.
Oh, jeez.
I crumpled that kid.
I have not seen this.
You've not seen this?
You've seen
Phil.
it, and it's really...
He goes, it's this youth pastor, and he's like doing a sermon, and he's talking about this kid that he had, and he's like, he was a little too smart for his own good. And one day we were outside, and I looked at him and I said, when are you going to stop playing games with the Lord? And then I punched him right in the chest. I crumpled that kid.
And he's saying it as if, like, it's like the Uncle Rico, like, I used to be able to throw a ball a quarter mile. Like, he's saying it as if he's like
told many
showing
times
off
that he's very proud of.
that he punched a kid.
Oh, man. And then he goes, I led that young man to the Lord that day.
It's so great.
It's so stupid.
He was just kind of not taking the... So I have the actual text of the video.
Oh, do you? Okay, let's hear it.
He was trying to push my buttons.
Wait,
he
can
was
you read
just
it in
kind
French?
of... He was just kind of not taking the Lord serious. So I walked over to him and went, bam! Punched him in the chest as hard as I could. I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. Then I leaned over and said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God? I led that man to the Lord right there. Yeah, you were pretty close. With the reenactment.
Ben.
It's like, what aspect of that was leading that man to the Lord? And then of course there's a statement from him.
He feared for his life.
I deeply regret my actions of 13 years ago. I do not condone abuse in any form. I chose a very poor example from my past and very poor wording to describe it, and deeply regret using it. Like,
it's like,
no,
I deeply regret something I did 13 years ago and bragged about 4 days ago.
I know exactly.
Yeah, that's
So
freaking idiot.
Man, and if you saw this guy, he looks like the kind of guy who would crumple a kid.
Jeez.
Anyway, that's what I want. That's what I want to do.
Bad.
I want to be Ben.
The funny thing is, it's a Snopes art. Like, this is coming from Snopes, saying, like, did a pastor punch a child for not taking God seriously? Like, it's
for not.
Like, what are you fact checking? What aspect? Like, the guy told a story. He might be lying or not, but like, there's no way to. It's not really like a Snopes type of thing.
Yeah,
okay, so I just looked up this guy,
Uh-huh.
and there are screenshots of him in mid-swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
So he was demonstrating
Too. Yeah, he
in-
acts it out while he's saying it.
oh my gosh, what a freaking idiot!
He was just kind of not taking the Lord seriously, you know?
He actually like says, "I went, bam."
Yeah. I went, bam!
He's an idiot.
That guy's an idiot.
He's a moron. I also, well, I don't want to get into it, but whatever.
Have we talked about Dr. Death, the podcast?
No, but I started listening to it because a friend recommended it.
It's really
I've
good.
only gotten like 10 minutes in.
Two of my favorite patrons, who I'm also related to, who I went to visit in NorCal this last week, in the Southern Bay Area, or otherwise known as NorCal,
SenCal, North SenCal.
recommended it to me. It's NorCal. It's really good though. It's the same guys that did Dirty John, or the same people.
Wait. Your relative did Dirty John?
Yeah.
Your NorCal
That was my
relatives?
brother. My brother was Dirty John. No spoilers though.
Dude, the show comes out on November 25th on Bravo. Dirty John.
I don't know.
I'm kind of excited for
Like-
it because it looks good.
But I think like there's lots of things where being like, especially if you have some audio records of it, like just hearing the story in an audio format is kind of the ideal way to hear it.
I agree.
Like once they start dramatizing it, sometimes it kind of ruins
But now
it.
that I've heard it, I think you should listen to it first. But then it's like, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Because that's the weird thing about it. It's like the podcast is like, it's interesting, but it's not like fun
at
or
all.
entertaining.
Yeah, it's like it makes you angry the whole time.
Yeah, but this show, it's like, oh, I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, it's got Connie Britton in it. How could you not?
Connie Britton, Eric Bana.
Yeah, dude.
The weirdest part, though,
Freaking
now that they
Connie
have like
Britton.
previews out, is the daughters like sound like the daughters.
Oh,
It's so awful.
they're the worst.
Yeah, they're really bad.
Like, I don't blame him, for wanting to kill him.
Rough.
Okay.
Rough.
Is that your impression of McGruff, the crime dog?
Rough. Remember that McDonald's commercial where Ronald McDonald's talking to the dog and he goes, "What's on top of a house?" Roof. How does sandpaper feel? Roof. And he says he has a talking dog. No,
That's
he
dumb.
doesn't remember that.
I don't.
This is
Oh,
an
but
actual
remember, did you
televised
say
commercial featuring Ronald McDonald and a dog.
was that McDonald's that had a green sign? Was that in Flagstaff?
Yes.
So I saw a 7-Eleven in Colonial Williamsburg. Well, just just outside of like the actual downtown part, and it was like all red brick with with just a single color like dark green sign. So like the same green as that McDonald's,
That's
basically.
weird.
Yeah, it reminded me of that. I should have taken a picture. Dang it! Just taking a 7-Eleven picture.
7-Eleven.
Sorry, guys.
You could probably just look it up or whatever. Like if you're
Screwed
interested,
up.
people just look it up. It's like no big deal. It's like whatever. It's like
Probably
super
someone
chill.
has a picture of it.
It's like chill. You could probably find it on Google. Phil, you know what that is? Have you ever used Google?
I use Yahoo and AOL.
Does your computer have Google? Does it support Google?
Well, I don't know what that is.
Oh,
A computer is
Touche.
well, it's a
what is it, Aaron? What is a computer?
Yeah, that's really tough. Well, it's a box that's full of
Yeah.
ropes.
It is full,
It's full of
ropes.
planks and ropes. Planks and ropes and little things. And what it does
It's like a ropes course.
is it helps you to do calculations and computations, and it allows you to access the internet, which is,
The internet is a series of tubes.
yes, basically. So it's like, imagine if you're a hamster and you want to get in the tube city, but you don't have access. So you buy a computer and that lets you get to the tubes. So you can meet with other hamsters. And
Other hands.
I don't know what's happening. And that's computers.
I like that.
Okay.
And that's computers.
Dude, on YouTube, this video is called I Am Dirty John's Daughter.
Ooh.
It's his biological daughter.
Okay, let's watch that after the podcast.
I know. I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, Aaron.
I'm not going to watch it.
You know, we should
It
watch
only
that
has
video,
12,000 views.
That video of the guy getting wrecked on the head with the backhoe. doing his ice bucket
Dude,
challenge.
that backhoe crumpled that dude.
Dude, freaking crumpled him. That's because he wasn't taking God seriously enough.
Yeah.
He was just kind of not taking God seriously.
He definitely met the Lord that day. When he died, he met the Lord.
Yeah, when he snapped his spine. Oh, man. People do dumb things nowadays.
You know, I don't know why. How many times have we brought that up and laughed?
I blame computers.
I feel that particular one, I feel bad about laughing, but I laugh every time.
Yeah,
So-
that you feel bad about, but not the Parkinson's, dude.
So my son...
Those are your jokes.
when we were flying back, like when you're saying you blame computers, when we were flying home from our trip, my son, we bought some chocolate milk from this kiosk that he wanted. So you probably know where this is headed.
Yep.
And he threw up everywhere. Luckily, we got him to the bathroom, so he ran into the bathroom, but he didn't lift up the lid on the toilet, so he just like was puking on top of the toilet lid, and it was just going everywhere, you know, just this brown chocolate milk puke just splattering everywhere. And like in my rush to help him go back to the bathroom, I left my phone at my seat, and I was like, oh crap, I really wish I could get a picture of because he just completely destroyed this bathroom, you know.
He crumpled
and that was like one of my first thoughts was like, crap, now I can't get a picture because obviously I can't, like, because I'm about to like walk back to my seats with my son, and I'm gonna leave this with the flight attendants to try and clean up, which they didn't do. They just locked it because it's like they're not equipped to handle that kind of mess. But I couldn't be like, can you unlock that so I can take a picture of it? Just like I won't post it online, but I just want to send it to a couple of my friends.
Hey, is it cool if I get a shot of that real quick? That's funny.
My poor son is like, you know, crying and puking, and I'm like, smile.
Pose next to your handiwork.
Yeah. Oh man, that was not great. And then his first thing, he was like, "Are you mad at me?" Which,
like, son, I've never been prouder.
Broke my heart. And I was like, "Yes, I'm freaking pissed."
You idiot!
Lift the seat up, dummy.
Of course I am.
Yes, I always am. Not
no more than usual.
No more than usual.
You worthless sack of flesh. Well, this episode is also brought to you by the Gabriel Tenorio String Company. And also North Coast Brewing Company, Old Rasputin. Thank you very much. Old Rasputin.
Oh.
Russian Imperial Stout. Have you had that, Phil?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Super good.
Super good.
Is it hoppy?
It's not. It's like malty and...
Is it woody?
Caramely. Well, it's a stout, so no. Imperial Stout.
I don't know.
Listen to how Aaron is talking to you, Cole.
No. He says,
well, it's a
he
stout.
has so little respect for me. What do you think? Do you know any stouts that are woody?
Are you mad at me? Oh, no, I feel bad. It's not his fault. You're an idiot.
Yeah, it's not his fault. I'm an idiot with anger issues.
Aww.
So, thanks for friendship.
Guys, good app. Join that Patreon. Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. Crumple that subscribe
Tell your
button.
friends. Guys, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts. So, like, if you somehow are listening to this podcast but don't...
If you're just tuning in, you're listening to the Gear Slum podcast.
Yeah. If somebody is broadcasting this on terrestrial radio...
If you don't know how to use computers...
Then you should subscribe to it.
Yeah. And punch yourself in the face while you're at it.
And check out Bonobos. They're actually... I was
Crumple
walking
yourself.
around catching Pokemon this morning. They're building a physical Bonobos store by my office.
Very nice.
I'm pretty excited to see them
like.
live when they play there.
Dude.
Bonobos and Thedge.
He's going to do mostly solo stuff, I think.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if the Pope's going to visit.
Dude,
Well,
that'd be cool.
does he poop in the woods?
He probably doesn't.
Okay. Thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.